rich, and I am afraid for this speech. I'm afraid that people will not listen to what I'm about to say because they do not agree with it. And I'm afraid that even if you do listen to what I say, that you yourself will be too afraid to do what I'm asking. Sorry. I'm here to talk about discrimination against people of different sexual orientations. I will approach it through a global, a national, and a local level. Globally. In the article Dangerous Liaisons by Jeff Charlotte, he is talking about an anti-homosexuality bill that was proposed in Uganda in 2010. The bill consists of, if you are found committing acts of homosexuality, that you could be punished by life in prison or be put to death. If you know of this and do not report it within 24 hours, you yourself could be in prison for 3 years also. Promotion is a part of this bill, which talks about how if you acknowledge that homosexuality exists, or if you try to fight for basic human rights, you could also be risked of putting in prison yourself. Nationally. Matthew Shepard was one of the most horrific anti-gay hate crimes that was in America's history. He was assaulted on October 7th in 1998 by two people from the college that he was attending. He was beat continually with the butt of a pistol, and he was tied up against a fence while this was happening. After they were done beating him, they left him there to die. A bicyclist came upon him and took him to a hospital. October 12th, 1998, he died. Locally. A friend of mine's daughter was forced to withdraw from St. Mary's Catholic Middle School in Newton. When she was in 6th grade, some of her peers found a journal that she had been writing about other girls. Through enormous discrimination and bullying from both peers and teachers, she forced to withdraw from the school and had even begun self-harming herself. After 3 years' time, treatment, and support from her family, she has adjusted more positively. So what are things going on around the world and throughout our country and throughout even the state of Kansas or towns close by us that are helping to make a dent in discrimination? In a CNN news clip, the Pope was asked if he approves of homosexuality. While he did not comment directly on that, he did state that, tell me, when God looks at a gay person, does he endorse the existence of a gay person with love or reject and condemn this person? I interviewed a few different professors here at college. One of them was Ken Rogers, who is a music professor. And he stated, I don't understand how two people in love is harmful. I think that when the church forces people to hide who they are and lie about themselves is when it has become a sin. Another teacher I interviewed who wished to remain anonymous spoke with me, and I asked him if he thinks, just as the views of infertility and divorce changed throughout the years, if homosexuality is the next thing to change. He said that he does believe that slowly science is contributing some and culture is largely contributing, just as with science contributing to infertility and culture contributed to divorce. Nationally. In response to Matthew Shepard's death, his parents created the Matthew Shepard Foundation, which has online resources for people who are being bullied or discriminated against and how we ourselves can help as well. The Laramie Project is a theater docudrama, which is like a theater version of documentary, which tells what happened to him and the community's response, because this was such a large level of discrimination that people had not seen before. And the Equality House is a house that in 2004 decided to paint their house the color of the gay pride flag and put out that they are people who want to speak for peace between heterosexuals and homosexuals. This was a big deal because this house is stationed right across the Westboro Baptist Church, which is known for their anti-gay signs, picketing soldiers' funerals, picketing funerals of people who were either gay themselves or even were on a TV show that had homosexual people on it. Locally. The Pink Mennonites are a part of the Mennonite denomination that have kind of divided themselves between the Mennonite Church, stating that they believe that injustice of any kind is not acceptable, and main cause is to focus on accepting people who are practicing homosexuality into the church as members.
Their statement here is, "We reject the premise that our church is incapable of understanding the insidious connections of oppression and privileges as they played out on the bodies of immigrants, women, children, people of color, LGBT people, and many who are excluded from full participation in our church and society." The professor that I spoke of earlier, who wanted to remain anonymous, said that he feels like they are asking a fair question, but they need to do some clarifying on how they're going to reach that. I looked up how many Pink Mennonite churches there are in the state of Kansas, and there are 5. They are as listed above: the Bethel College Mennonite Church, Lorain Avenue Mennonite Church, New Creation Fellowship, Peace Mennonite, and Rainbow Mennonite. I also asked everybody I interviewed what their personal biblical views on what the Bible says about homosexuality is, and all of them referred to the Sodom and Gomorrah story, which is very famously known for talking about how homosexuality is a sin, and all of them said that they view that story as more of a lust and rape lesson than a homosexuality lesson. Progress is slowly being made throughout the world and throughout the country and locally near us. The Matthew Shepard and James Bride Hate Crimes Prevention Act was passed 5 years ago, which is to protect those being discriminated against. And there are 47 Pink Mennonite churches throughout the country, and the Equality House is working with Uganda. I want you to attend a GSA meeting here on campus. There are 12 verses in the Bible on homosexuality, 33 verses on kindness, and 57 on love. I think we should go with love and kindness.